Somebody ring the bell, better tell the denomination.
Oh, here comes the women.
Half the church is nervous, half the church is celebrating.
Oh, here comes the women.
Everybody grabbing bylaws, resolutions, and opinions.
Oh,
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jesus looking down like, y'all still on this discussion.
Here comes the women.
Here comes the women.
Here comes the women.
Yeah. Now the brothers in the back got the microphones hot, talking chapter and verse, saying this is what we got. We ain't trying to hate, we ain't trying to divide. We just trying to keep the rails on the right. They saying slow down, church, don't rewrite the play. Some things have been settled for many a day. Committee in a committee with a committee on standby. Everybody quoting Greek and nobody knows why. One side saying doctrine, one side saying truth, one side saying guard what was handed to you. And the bass keep knocking while the arguments grow. Got 100 messengers voting and the cameras all roll. Everybody convinced that they're defending the king, but the choir in the corner still trying to sing.
Oh, here comes the women.
Somebody ring the bell, better tell the denomination.
Oh, here comes the women.
Half the church is nervous, half the church is celebrating.
Oh, here comes the women.
Everybody grabbing bylaws, resolutions, and opinions. Meanwhile, Jesus looking down like, y'all still on this. Then the sister stood up like,
Can we say a few things?
who you think been teaching all these children to sing? Who cooked the meals? Who prayed through the night? Who held the church together when the budget got tight? Who visited the sick? Who answered the call? Who kept showing up when attendance got small? Who taught vacation Bible school every June? Who was unlocking doors before noon? Now they ain't claiming crowns, they ain't demanding thrones. Just reminding everybody they've been carrying loads. Saying God used Deborah, God used Esther, God used people that made the kingdom better. And the choir got louder and the organ got mean, while both sides looking around wondering what it all means.
Oh, here comes the women.
Somebody ring the bell, better tell the denomination.
Oh, here comes the women.
Half the church is nervous, half the church is celebrating.
Oh, here comes the women.
Everybody grabbing bylaws, resolutions, and opinions. Meanwhile, Jesus looking down like, y'all still on this. Now hold up, church, let me jump in the middle, because everybody acting like this thing's that simple. I've been in the trenches, I've been around the block. I seen church folks soaring, I seen church folk flop. I seen men fail, I seen women fail. I seen leaders crash and entire ministries derail. And if we're making a list of the failures we've seen, you better save a little room for me on that team. Paul called himself chief among sinners, remember? Not just in January, but every month on the calendar. Because the closer you get to God, the clearer you see His grace is bigger than your resume could ever be. I served nearly 20 years trying to do what's right, ordained for 10, still learning every night. And my wife, man, she helps people find God every day. I watch lives changing ways words can't say. So maybe before we find ourselves out of breath, we should remember what matters and what doesn't yet. Because when the roll is called and the titles all fade, nobody getting extra crowns for the labels they made.
Here comes the women.
Oh, here comes the men. Yeah.
Here comes the broken.
Oh, here comes the redeemed.
Brother, sister,
That's enough for me.
brother, sister,
That's enough for me.
brother.
Pastor, maybe. Preacher, perhaps. But the greatest title any of us will ever have. Child of God!
Child of God.
Child of God!
Child of God.
Child of God!
Child of God.
Now that's a title
Nobody can vote away.